Okay, and went up for the buy. So when you get your Monday box, those of you who are watching in live stream world, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are doing a chart analysis this morning. So when you get your Monday box, you need to measure the Monday box, right? So we're going to measure it from the bottom to the top. How much is it? Somebody tell me, where would we take this to? About how much are we going to count gold for? The numbers
51 points, 52
right,
points.
but yeah, we're not gonna go up, we're gonna go down. Okay, so round down to 50. All right, so the Monday box is good for about 50 right now. Capiche? Are we all on the same page? So when the Monday box is done, we're gonna do this on gold, NAS, and S&P. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna measure that box, and we're gonna get about 50. Don't go up, go down. Okay, just in case it doesn't go the distance. It typically does, but the market has been extremely ridiculously volatile. So we're going to measure 50 up above the box. Right about there, 25, 26. And we're going to put a horizontal, sorry, I got my rubber bands on. 25, 26. That's going to be what do I call that area? What is this area called up here, y'all? Come on now.
The buy zone.
Thank you, the buy zone. And Merlane teaches, so she should know.
I would hope so.
But the rest of y'all, like, come on, look. It's 5 o'clock in the morning where I am. Okay, I gotta get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You're gonna have to participate, okay? Or I'm gonna go get my kid ready for school. Don't forget to mark the top of the box. You're gonna mark your 50% line, okay? And then you're gonna mark the bottom of the box, okay? And so I call these zones different zones. And they're really, I mean, like, if you have like a strange schedule like me, for me, this is just the easiest way to trade on Forex. And I'm going to show you how I typically do that. Okay, so this is going to be my Monday box buy zone. Okay, Monday box buy zone. What is the Monday box buy zone? My Monday box buy zone is 24.75 to 25.26. That's the high I'm expecting it to go to if it's on its best behavior. We will have to see how gold is acting this week. All of the commentators have said the volatility on gold has been ridiculous this week, unlike not this week, but over the past couple of weeks, unlike anything before, right? So then this area right here is just a straight buy zone. Okay, this is just a buy zone. What does that mean? If the market is between 24.49 and 24.75, I'm looking to buy. Okay, so the market is buying right now. I'm looking for it to push up to 24.75. Capiche? So this is that buy zone right here. Beneath the 50% line is going to be the sell zone. Okay, so that means that if a candle opens and closes, if a candle opens and closes in here, I'm expecting it to sell, right? So if it comes to 24.49, or when it does come to 24.49, I'm expecting to sell down to 24.24. And then underneath here, we're going to go ahead and push this up. You're going to get your ruler. And I'm measuring to what? Somebody other than Merlane. How far am I going down? How much am I measuring?
50.
50 points.
50. Very good. I'm only going 50. 50 is going to be at 23.73. So I'm going to get a horizontal line. Blue means buy, red means sell. And then I'm going to mark this. And this is my Monday box sell zone. Why do I call it the Monday box sell zone? Because that means that the candle opened and closed, not on the line, underneath this line, and I'm expecting that market to go from 24 to 23.72. Okay, I'm a sell to there. Now, typically when gold is on its best behavior, I can ride this wave all the way down, right? But we know, and I strongly believe, you know, the Olympics, the election in the States, the things that are going on in the UK, all of those things, I do believe that it is affecting the market, right? Because we know that it's affected by news. Capiche? So once you mark it up, please make sure that you go ahead and save your layout. I normally save it as Monday Box. And today is what? The 13th. And I save it. All right. So I'm good to go. So every time I look at this, I'm good to go. Any questions about that? That's your markup for the Monday Box. Talk to me, questions. You know what? The only other thing I wanted to put the EMAs on there, huh? I wanted to put the EMAs and the stars on there, but that's okay. We just need to see the zone. All right, so we see on the 1 minute chart that the market is pulling back. How many minutes? Okay, well, it gave us a little shoot up, didn't it? Give us a little shoot up on that buy. Let's see if it will continue with the momentum. Any questions about that before I move on? I'm going to do the same thing for NAS. I'm going to do the same thing for S&P. Everybody comfortable with that? You good? Yes, no, maybe so. All right. So I'm going to go here. All right. We're going to go here. And now we're going to mark up our charts. 15-minute chart. And then let's take a quick look over here at FinViz. FinViz is got gold. Ooh, gold is black. What that mean? It could be, what did gold do last night though, gold? Ooh, yuck, huh? It must have been red and then pushed up to blue. So yeah, let's go ahead and add these wolf breaks here. So we know we got some resistance, but this could buy all the way up here. All right. Okay, are we ready? How many of you are trading futures right now? Can you just unmute and say me? Or just say your name?
I'm trading
There's
here.
2, 3,
Northumberland. Dana.
4, 5. Okay.
Here.
Okay, 6. All right, everybody else is trading Forex, I'm assuming, right? All right, so here we are. We got to push up on this buy on the 15-minute, but you really need to see if it's going to flip. You got your EMA crossing. So let's go look for our entry. All right. I thought I saw Babe when I first logged on. Babe, good morning. Is that you?
Good morning.
Good morning. My messages to you are about entry. And after you record it like 300 times, you get tired of recording it.
Got you, no problem.
But yeah, I'll send it again. Okay, so now we look for our entry. What do I want for my entry here?
Good morning, you're back, huh?
Somebody needs to mute Miss Lil John. Can you mute, please? Are you asking a question or are you telling me you trade in futures? Your hand is raised. Okay, somebody else tell me my entry. Let's go. What I'm looking for. Y'all gonna miss it.
But fractals to
A
match.
doji and a flat.
A doji and a flat.
A doji and a flat. Yes. And then somebody said the fractals. Well, the fractals are already matched, right? Those are like some non-negotiables, right? The flat bottom and the dark blue fractal on the banking scanner. The banks came in for a buy here, right? The banks have come in for a buy. That's a beautiful thing. We know the direction of the market. Our entry was here on the doji in that flat. Okay, and so now you know that this is going to push up here. You know it's gonna come up here. I will hold off on that buy though. I would want to see it make it past the wick of this EMA. Remember, we want to see all of this engulfed with a little bit of body to know that it's gonna continue to push before it does a backflip. All right, so I'm gonna put that line right there, but your momentum on gold right now is strong. Again, your entry, the best entry for futures is always a doji and a flat. All right. All right, NAS is doing the exact same thing, but y'all know NAS will do a backflip on you. But I know it's Dr. Lala on. Dr. Lala has been clearing all those accounts, and she has been trading primarily NAS with us and independently. Okay, so let's go back over here. All right, and there we have it. So we have the two dojis happening here. What do we need to see? This is a good one. Let's practice with this one. This is a good one. All right. So we look at the banking scanner. The first thing you do on the banking scanner is always look at the panel. And when we look at the panel, we see that the banks did come in for the buy. The momentum right now is strong on the buy. Both of your waves on the buy are blue, right? You got beautiful flat bottoms for the most part. You know, I don't like to see dojis in a series because that tells me it's going to pull back, okay? So your momentum here on that buy is now weak. So what do I need to do before I can consider this for a buy?
Wait
Check
for
the
a dark
fractal.
fractal.
I'm sorry?
Wait
A
for a
flip
dark
bottom.
fractal to sell momentum.
Okay, that's one thing. And so again, on the dark fractals, those are non-negotiables for us, right? The banking indicator has got to be a dark color. We don't trade light fractals. Thus, while we're waiting. So we wait for that dark fractal. Then what do we need to wait for?
A flip bottom to open and close.
We definitely want a flat bottom. What should that series look like?
Bears.
A doji and a flat.
A doji and a flat. Thank you, especially on futures. And even when you get that doji and that flat, you can go ahead and take the TP that we normally take on gold, okay? If you're trading Forex. I really had every intention of trading NAS right now. I wanted to clear some things because I was almost finished with one account. I want to be done with that one. But it is well. Let's see what that glitch is. Let's see if they emailed me back. All right, so right now your momentum is slowing down. We should be getting some momentum. So the market moves in waves at this time. So you got your first 8 o'clock wave, and then you get from 8 to 8:15, then just a little bit of consolidation. Then the market takes off again at 8:30 to about 8:45. And then now we're in a consolidation period. And then you get your next wave at 9 a.m. And I told you, you really should pay attention to gold at 9 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. and I'm speaking in Eastern Standard Times, okay? Pay attention because what it's going to reverse every day like clockwork. And so that's what I love about gold. I've been trading gold consistently for at least 5 years every morning. So it does this like take off and you think, oh, this thing is buying. And as soon as the bell comes, I promise you, it reverses. But whatever it was doing before, it does typically tend to come back to that. But it's important to watch it. So again, this is the banking scanner. You really want to pay attention to the panel on the banking scanner. And then down here, when you see a box, for those of you who are not familiar with this, and Merlin does an excellent training getting you prepared to use the banking scanner. When you see these boxes, it's telling you that the bank is in that direction, okay? So right now, we've had the banks come in. They've come for a buy. That's why we have these high wicks, and they push NAS up, okay? And we want to trade in the direction of the bank, clearly. So I told you, once it does all that pushing, the market does have to turn around and pull back, and we want to let it pull back, get some gas so that it can continue to push up in that direction. All right. So NAS has been buying for quite some time. You can see it started the trend here. Again, these candles are not going to be the same candles that you would see on a normal chart. And that's what I love about it. And I love how it will show you that on a normal chart, it may appear to be selling, but it's outlined in blue. So it's telling you, yeah, you may think it's getting ready to reverse, but if it's outlined in blue, if you have these dots on the banking scanner, then it's telling you, this is probably getting ready to push in the opposite direction. So that's why we're always mindful of these dots on the banking scanner, because it's telling us, yeah, it looks like it's selling, but it's getting ready to push in the opposite direction. Is everybody clear on that? And they don't lie. Right? You got your dots here, you got your push up for the buy. You got your dots here, you got your push down for the sell. Okay. So you just want to pay attention to that, because these candles could be different on a regular chart. So you really want to be mindful. All right. So now we have these boxes, and this is telling us it's resistance here, that the market is having a hard time pushing. So if we're going to get in for another buy on the scalp, we want to wait for that market to open and close up here. Okay, we want a flat bottom, and we want the banking scanner to give us a dark fractal. When we have a dark fractal down here, and when it's blue down here, we know that the market is going to push. So make sure that your indicators are aligned before you take the trade, especially if you are trading futures, because you know with futures, we're not trying to do pullback. Forex, you can do a little bit of pullback. Make sure you have the appropriate lot size. But with futures, you don't have time for that. Your entry has got to be very close to 100% accuracy when you're getting in a trade, because you want to get in, you want to get out. If you get caught up in pullback, then you will either have to close out your trade or you will be kicked out of your trade, right? And nobody has time for that. So you really want to make sure that you're maximizing that. Any questions about that, or any questions about futures? Let's look at S&P. S&P is doing the exact same thing. US 30 is doing the exact same thing. So NAS, US 30, S&P, they're all moving in the exact same direction. Ooh, you got volatility. Now, when you see those black candles, it's giving you a volatility signal. I don't know if anybody was trading yesterday, and I don't know if you saw, I mean, this candle was like almost 4 inches long for volatility on gold for the buy. And what did it do on the Monday box? It went to the moon. Okay. So we respect these on the banking scanner when it gives us the black candles, because these black candles in the doji, right? Both of them is telling you what it's going to do, and respect the color that it's outlined, because it is absolutely telling you where the market is going to shoot. And we know that the New York Bill is approaching. All right. So we're going to go down here. We are on the 1 minute chart. Okay, so you're not getting a breakout right now. Again, if I go to 15 minute, this is probably going to pull back a little bit more. Even if you pay attention to the 15 minute, you still have banks that are in for a buy. An arrow definitely always means that it's going to shoot up. If you're having a hard time with your accuracy, first of all, especially if you're trading futures, you don't need to be doing 50 trades a day on futures. You really only need to do 2 to 3 to be able to make your quota to withdraw every Friday or whatever day you choose that you're withdrawing on. You could literally trade these arrows. Like seriously, you could literally get in on those arrows. Those arrows, they don't lie. It really is letting you know. The arrows and the triangles on the banking scanner will let you know when the market is getting ready to shoot. It does not tell you after the fact. It tells you before it happens. So you could literally get in on those and make your money as well. You could do Forex on them as well. It does require a bit of patience to wait for the triangles and the arrows to come into place, but they do come. They do come, and when they come, you can get in. All right. Any questions about the arrows? Any question about the banking scanner? Let me drop back down here. Again, this is pulling back on you, right? We really want to see this make a U, a upside down U, of course, which would be an N, and come all the way down here to 24.65. If it is going to continue to push down on gold. Any questions about that? Everybody okay with that? You feel comfortable getting in on that?
Yes.
Yes,
No, maybe so.
I do.
All right, good. Okay, let me pull this back up here. Okay, so our entry is just not set up here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go back to the Monday box and I am going to mark up NAS. You should be ready for the New York Bell, okay? You know what you're looking for. You're going to use your banking scanner. Make sure you have your chart side by side, okay? And use your scanner, use your scanner, use your scanner, use your scanner. And make sure you pay attention. One, you go to that 15-minute chart and see what it has there. Respect the flat bottoms. If it's a doji, then fall back, right? Because that means the market is going to go both ways and you're going to have volatility, okay? So there's no confusion about that. But when you have that flat bottom, you know the direction of the market. And so that's why I actually prefer to let the bell ring and then I start doing a couple of trades at 10 a.m. and I'm done, okay? But let it pull back. And then what you have on the 15-minute chart is what you're looking for on the 1-minute chart. You're looking for that flat bottom or that flat top. The banking scanner, the fractals at the bottom have to be dark. They have to be dark. If they're light, we don't fool with it, okay? When you have the box, it's telling you that the banks have come in for the buy, okay? And you really want to see a series, more than one, okay? A lot of times at the New York Bell, they will come in for a sale and the next thing you know, you'll have 4 banks come in for a buy, okay? So to me, that's just to kick you out of your trade, okay? And go in the opposite direction. So let's be mindful of that. Let's look at the Monday box on NAS. And see if it did the same thing as gold or if it's going to be different than gold. All right, so here we have NAS. Now NAS has been cutting up and NAS has wicked out the Monday box. Do y'all see that? So 9 times out of 10, NAS is gonna move out of the Monday box for what? First. And you should really expect with all the volatility in the market, it to go both ways. So which way can we expect NAS to go first in reference to the Monday box?
Bye.
Yeah, you definitely should expect it to buy, okay? So what we're going to do is we are going to mark this up here. And we're going to measure the Monday box. The Monday box is coming in at about 235, okay? So that's how many points we're going to expect to catch on NAS. So we're going to go to the top, going to go to 235 right here. Yeah, that's fine. And then we're going to go to the bottom and we're going to measure 235 right about there. Okay. So again, this is your Monday box buy zone. If it breaks out for the buy, you want to see it go up to 92. All right. To about 92 if it breaks out on the 1-hour chart. That candle needs to open and close above the top of the Monday box. If it comes back in here, if this candle pulls back and it turns red, then we sell to the 50% line, which is going to be 1865. All right. If it opens and closes here, we sell to 18,526. And if it opens and closes here, then we're expecting it to go 18,290. All right. I'm expecting it to go both ways on NAS because it's been consistently doing that. As you can see, NAS is very volatile. How do I know? Look at the previous week. Okay. Previous week, your candle opened and closed, but it pulled back. And this is why you got to watch this. Okay. It pulled back and then it came back up, right? It pulled back again and it came back up. So this is why proper risk management is going to be crucial. Now we know last week the market was just different. Let's just say that. Here, it finally broke out. You definitely would have made the distance of the Monday box, and then it turned back around. You would have made the distance, and then it came all the way back down. You got paid 3 times on that one, okay? But NAS may be too volatile. You may prefer a Forex pair, right? Or you may just prefer to do gold. Your choice. But here, we got a smooth break. And this is normally when it looks like when the market in the news is not what it is right now, right? This is a normal move for NAS. It pushed up to the top of the Monday box, formed the Monday box. It came out of the Monday box and it continued to go down. It's going to give you a little bit of pullback, but this right here is normal. And that's really what you want to see. Okay. So that's what you're looking at on NAS. Any questions about that? All right, let's go back over here to gold. Look, gold is giving you that flat bottom there, but that candle is pulling back a lot on the 1 hour chart. It looks like it might be ready to push back up. I don't know why these candles are so itty bitty on here. Let's go back over here. All right. So now we're starting, it went down, right? There's your volatility candle that we had saw a moment ago. What did it do? I told you we want to come down to the bottom here. And it did it. It didn't lie to you. Okay. No confusion. If you got an arrow, you could have got in on the arrow. No confusion. It's not lying to you. Okay. It's going to do what it's going to do. It's not lying to you. So there's your arrow. Your arrow came into place. If you're trading futures, you could have got in and got out. You should have cleared if you got in on futures. And so now we're getting our pullback signals, and we want to see it come up before we get ready to get back in again. At the top of the hour, you are going to get a push. And I really want you to pay attention to what happens between 9 a.m. Eastern and 9:15, because there is going to be movement. But I promise you, whatever movement that you see at that time is going to pull back, right? It's going to go 9 times out of 10 in the opposite direction at the bell. Any questions about that? Do you think you are set up for success? I got about 2 minutes if you have any questions.
Makes sense to me.
Who was that? Your audio going in and out.
Makes sense to me. Brett talking.
Oh, okay. Good morning, Brett Tucker. Yeah, you guys should be good. All right. So you know your market is getting ready to run. Let's see if this gives us what we want. Again, it's telling us your market is getting ready to turn. Your momentum on that buy is weak. So the real question becomes, is this thing ready to turn? Is it gassed up and ready to buy? Or are we ready to turn back around, which you'll see here shortly, okay? And so if it's going to continue to sell, that's what I love about the banking scanner. It's telling you if it's going to sell, it's got to open and close beneath 24.65. All right. It has to open and close beneath 24.65 if it is going to continue to sell. If not, then we can go ahead and get ready for that buy back up. All right. And so again, we have our 3 dots here. We're going to see some movement in 2 minutes, and I will stay for a moment just to see that. Going to see some movement that's going to break out and push up. All right. Any questions? Any other? Yeah, that's strong. Y'all know how I feel when that candle engulfed that other one. That's good. And then look at what our bank is saying. They're saying that they're committing to a buy, and now we're getting a little bit of push up on that. How many candles do I want to see with a flat bottom to know that this thing is getting ready to push up a little bit more?
4.
Yeah, I'm
4.
going to see one more. I'm going to see at least 4, right? And I'm going to see that blue dot go away. And then when it goes away, then I should be ready to see some pullback. And then I'll have a doji in the flat. And that is going to be the perfect entry for me on futures so that I can get in and get out based on the ticks that I have set. Okay. On Forex, you would be good to go. And we have 10 seconds left. 9 seconds left before we get that next candle to determine, okay, are you coming all the way back up here, right? Because that's that top. That candle is weak. So you're getting that pullback, but we need a shoot. But the beautiful thing is that the banks are in, the momentum is strong. on the buy, okay? Because our fractals are dark. So there is a chance that this could push up a little more. I like to pay attention to this clock until it gets to 20 seconds on any entry. I want to see it at 20 seconds to see where is the candle. Is the candle going to hold the momentum, or is the candle going to turn into a doji? And I think that's something that we have to be very mindful. Is this candle turning into a doji, right? We really, really, really want to see that, okay? And so as you can see right now, that was your 20-second timer, and the candle did turn into a doji. So the next question is the next one going to be moving for a flat top or a flat bottom, all right? And there you go. You have another doji, and now it's the top of the hour. So let's see if we're able to get a flat bottom series for a push-up. That's kind of different, I'm gonna say, with the dojis, because you just would need to be careful, right? You really want to see that momentum push before you get in that for a buy. Because right now it's just hitting a brick wall, right? 28 seconds. And then I told you when it get to 20, whatever it's doing at 20, I'm doing it too. Okay. That's what I'm doing. Whatever it's doing at 20, I'm trying to do that too. All right. So it's pushing up a little bit. So you might get a flat. Okay. So you might get a flat because you do have some good momentum right there. Y'all see that? So let's see. You got 5 seconds left. Yeah, and if you do get a flat, that's a future. Baby, yes, yes, it is. That is, yep, that is, you know what it is. I'm live, so I'm not going to say what it is, but you know what it is. Okay. All right, you should be good. Questions? Any questions before we go ahead and wrap? Those of you who are watching on the live stream, if you're new to trading, please go ahead and send us a message so you can attend our private sessions. Any questions? Anybody else got a question in the Zoom room, or you guys are good to go? I'm going to see that next candle, and then you can let me know if you cleared. What I tell you, whatever is doing it 20 seconds, I'm trying to do it too. Okay. It's holding its momentum on the line. It hasn't pulled back too much. Not too much. It's still holding it right there. It's pulling back a little bit. All right. Oh, yes, Lord. You should be good to go. So what happened, right? So now TPs have popped up. When TPs pop up, look, you got an arrow. You got an arrow. When the TPs pop up, that's telling you that this momentum is going to push up. Okay. Now, remember what I told you, this time in the day is so crucial, because what's going to happen is this is going to start pushing up, but if you see, you got all this resistance. So as soon as it gets in this area, it's going to start pushing back. These TPs could go off the screen, but I promise you that the market is going to go in this direction. Okay. Watch. Even if it sells at the bell. Okay. Because it hasn't lied to me before. All right. Questions? Are you guys good to go? You ready?
Yes.
Dr. LA, what the red box represents?
This is a resistance area in
Okay.
here. So this is telling you that if the market comes up here, it's going to have a hard time pushing through here.
Okay.
All right, I'm just checking the chat to see. I can't, when I'm on one screen, I can't see. So this is telling you this is a resistance area, and we don't really want to trade in here. We want to wait for the market to come up here to trade, because it's going to continue to hit. You see how this is hitting it and turning around? So it's really difficult to get back, to get out of this area. So you're not trying to get in at the top of here, because you could go all the way down and have to come back up. So if you get in like right here, that's cool. But you're not trying to get in here, because you will be trapped. Okay.
Okay,
And you got to do a
sense.
dog and pony show.
Mhm.
Okay. And that's what's happening right now. All right. Let's see if we got some more momentum on NAS. Nope, y'all. NAS is trapped as well. It's doing the same thing. Let me make that smaller. NAS is doing the same thing. So watch it. But those of you trading futures, NAS is really good in the morning. So just make sure that your entry is correct. All right. I got to get my kid to school. Any other questions before we hop off? Yes, no, maybe so. All right, we'll check the schedule for the sessions that'll be going on tonight. Again, my sessions, even if you see it for 8 a.m., it's 8:15 a.m. And I will have the team update that so that there's no confusion. All right. Happy trading, everybody. Have a good day. I'll see you in the chats.
Let's go, let's grow.